maybe like once a week, I put something on there, and it has to do with either things I'm doing as a writer, or just a writer's life, or I'll put some articles on there, or something like that. And so please, at least 5 of you go on there and like my Facebook page. And you'll see some comments from Dr. Boyd every once in a while. So, but here's how we connected. In Memphis, Tennessee, there's a Southwind Elementary School that about 10 years ago, Dr. Boyd's son was a student there. And I'm not sure if the librarian still does this, but about 10 years ago, the librarian, every year, she would invite an author to come down, and they would pay your airfare and put you up in a nice hotel, and you would spend the day at the school. And I did about 5 or 6 different presentations, and then I think at lunchtime I met with the teachers, I do believe. But they sent a book order form to all the parents. So Dr. Boyd, being the good mother that she is, ordered all the books, all of the JoJo in the City series for her son. Well, she read them and liked them so much, she sent me, and this may have even been before email, you may have sent me a letter, Dr. Boyd.
I think we had email.
I had email then?
Yeah, that's how I found you.
Okay, she found me online, sent me an email, and said that she wanted to have her students, she wanted to send me some questions from her students, and then I posted the answers on email. I know we didn't have Skype then, but posted the answers on email, and that's how we got started. In the meantime, I don't know, she's so modest, she may not have told you this. She has written about 3 journal articles about using the JoJo series of the social studies classroom. And she has also 1 chapter of a book teaching the under-resourced child. If you don't have that, you should get that textbook. It's excellent. But she's one of several professors that wrote individual chapters, and her chapter, part of it is about using the JoJo in the City series. So that's kind of how we got started. And now, in fact, we've even met face-to-face for the National Council of Teachers of English. I was doing a presentation on the JoJo in the City series. And at the last minute, they said they didn't want any individual presentations. Everyone had to have a partner with them. I'm thinking, who can I ask? I emailed Dr. Boyd. I said, do you think you would want to do a joint presentation with me? And she said, of course. So she flew up to Indianapolis. I drove down, and we did a joint presentation. So we've met face to face. And I'm still waiting for you to come visit your relatives in Detroit.
I'm coming. My mom is on me about driving her up there, so it'll be soon.
Well, come on up. We'll have a great time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the background. And I just have to say, you guys, I hope you realize how fortunate you are to have Dr. Boyd as your professor. She is absolutely fabulous. And I don't know how you do it, but every time we do one of these Skype visits, I get all these unique questions. There are even some questions from your morning class that I've never had before. And so you have great students. She's a great professor. So that's the background. Did I cover everything, Dr. Boyd?
I think you did. Tell them a little bit about yourself and how you started writing. Just a little of your background.
You want me to talk about that now?
Or later, whenever you want to. Just don't forget to do it.
So that I won't forget, we'll talk about it now. And let's see. I never intended to start writing for children. And I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in English from University of Mississippi. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It is a U of M, University of Michigan, though. So it's a different M. But I have a bachelor's degree in English, and I have a law degree from University of Detroit School of Law. I practiced law for a few years, and then when I got married and had kids, I wanted to do something where I could work from home. So that's when I fell back on my English degree. And I started writing essays for different national magazines. And I also started a professional writing business. And I started editing books, ghostwriting, which it doesn't mean I write ghost stories. That means I write books for other people, and they get the credit for it, though. And I do a lot of grant writing. Even today, I still do a lot of grant writing. I'm trying to cut back on the editing because I want to focus more on my actual books. But one thing that happened, I have a cousin who illustrates children's books. She lives in New York City. And so she would also illustrate the little artwork that's in these national testing service books, the little books that the kids read the questions in. They call those doohickeys, the little artwork, and she used to draw that. And she found out that they were looking for some more professional writers. They hire writers to write the little, especially in the English sections, to write the little literary sections that the kids read and write the questions on. So I submitted my resume and had a little phone interview with this national testing service. And they literally taught me how to write for young people. And that's how I learned how to write for young readers. And that kind of got me started. And I had another client who was a minister of a very large church in town. And he did a workshop, a week-long actually group of seminars on ministering to the African American family. And Judson Press, part of the American Baptist Association, they wanted the conference was so successful that they wanted him to write a book based on all the workshops from that weekend. So he didn't have the time or the skills to do it, so he asked me if I would write the book for him, which I did. Judson Press liked the book so much, they liked my work, they liked the fact that I could keep a deadline, and they were getting ready they wanted to start publishing some books for young readers. So they asked me, would I be interested in writing a book for young readers? And I said, sure. And I had some ideas in the back of my head, and I wrote a proposal that had actually 5 books in it. They liked 4 of them. Plus, I also didn't know that publishers like to publish series, and so do the bookstores like to carry series, although there aren't a whole lot of bookstores around anymore. But the ones that do, I'm talking about the brick and mortar bookstores, if they're going to devote some space to one book, they want to make sure that there are going to be some more books coming after it. So that's how we came up with the JoJo in the City series. From all of that, that's my personal journey to writing for young people. And I also have, if I can find it, here's my other series for slightly older readers. Actually, it's not a series yet, but here's Who's Jim Hines? Takes place in the 1930s. And then the companion book to that, which will be out in the fall of 2013, is called The Colored Car. Who's Jim Hines takes place in 1935. The Colored Car takes place in 1937. So that's it. That's it for now.
Okay, hold on, Dean.